The gavel, you want the gavel?
Do you want?
You're banging.
You're saying to him, do you want the gavel?
I'm calling the Greenbelt Advisory Commission meeting to order. Can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Buttry,
Here.
Chairperson Fight,
Here.
Commissioner Ransford,
Here.
Commissioner Cares,
Here.
Commissioner Gordon, Councilwoman Grand, Commissioner Stauffer,
Here.
Commissioner Pearlman, Commissioner Schuler.
Here.
We have one.
Thanks. Next up on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Does someone want to make a motion to approve?
Hello.
John, is there support?
Support.
Stephanie? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The agenda is approved. Moving on to approval of the minutes. We'll take a moment to review the minutes from the meeting of April 4th. Do you see something?
I do.
I see something.
So
Yeah,
totally
you, the
minor.
May 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah. The wrong Stephanie is under Kemp for May 6th, page 2. It's actually Stephanie Buttry for the Kemp property. And I spell my first name differently anyway, so either way it would be needing an edit.
What was the change?
It says that I will be there before council, but it's actually Stephanie.
Oh, okay.
Buttry. Under page 2, Kemp, May 6th, which is Monday.
Okay. So noted.
That's the only thing I saw.
Oh, and then under the scoring committee appointments, C2, it should be Commissioner Pearlman, Commissioner Gordon, just a typo.
Okay.
I would just like to say on budget overview, A, I would like to just correct that grammar there. Reported that there haven't been any changes.
Oh, yeah.
So minor. Move to accept the minutes.
Okay, Jean has made a motion to approve the minutes as amended. Is there support?
Second.
Stephanie Stouffer? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes as amended are approved. All right, moving on to public commentary, and seeing no members of the public, we will move on to the next item, which is old business. Does anyone have any old business to discuss? No. Okay, moving on to new business, and we have an item under new business, which is the Michigan Department of Agricultural and Rural Development Agriculture Preservation Fund. Remy?
Hey everyone. Just a quick update. This is actually fairly exciting news in our world. It looks like pending approval of the state budget, and it sounds like it's fairly non-controversial, for the first time since I think circa 2007, MDARD's Agricultural Preservation Fund will be funded, and it will be in the amount of about $2 million, which, for a reference point, is how much is available in the state of Michigan through ASAP each year. So that's really
Significant.
doubling the
Yeah.
amount of money that's out there for us. If I was paying attention to the form that I made you all as a cheat sheet to this, it's worth noting that MDARD has 5 methods for land conservation. The Agricultural Preservation Fund is only one of them. Some of them you know better, like such as PA 116, and at some point they did have funds for purchase of development rights, where the state themselves would be the one purchasing a conservation easement on farmland and protecting it and holding the easement and monitoring in perpetuity. But the Agricultural Preservation Fund is to support local units of government for implementing their PDR programs. So when I got wind that there may be funding coming in the pipeline for the Ag Preservation Fund, I made sure to show up to their latest board meeting, which was in Lansing, and Washtenaw County Parks and I both went to be present and be advocates for the Washtenaw County area's land conservation initiatives. At that meeting, they were reviewing the old scoring and criteria that they had developed back when there was funds. It is almost entirely based on incentivizing municipalities to do better planning around ag preservation and establishing ag preservation districts and doing joint master plans with regional municipality efforts. So when you look at the criteria, it's surprising how little points are awarded actually having to do with the merits of the individual property that are being submitted. It's really, you know, for instance, if Scioto Township is submitting an application, does Scioto Township have a joint master plan with the county to focus on preserving tracts of farmland in the township? And many other criteria. How many of their planning commissioners have recently gone and received trainings and updated certifications? It really just goes down a list of incentivizing planning as opposed to anything else. So I had a couple comments to them that I was worried that the individual merits of the property would be lost in that the only, I think, criteria were the size of the property and the amount of prime agricultural soils, which obviously are both very important factors, but if those are the only two physical characteristics being taken into consideration, I think that some exceptionally good projects might be lost in the planning criteria. So we provided some feedback on that and had a good dialogue with the staff there and the board. But as I said, $2 million available annually is what we're anticipating. Ultimately, it's important to note that the city won't be eligible for these funds. You have to be a township or a county. You have to be a municipality that has a farmland master plan of some sorts. The city can't have such a thing. So no cities or villages property
They're
would
really
have.
targeting rural
Yeah.
areas.
Yep. So, but what this does mean is that the qualified matching funds, you can match the state funds with the federal funds. So
Oh.
hypothetically, one of the townships could apply for the state funds. The Greenbelt could apply for ASEP funds, and together, neither of us could have any local millage dollars in the game, and just be spending staff time and due diligence to complete projects. So while we're not eligible, I would assume that coming up in the future, we're gonna see one of our partner organizations go for these funds and be partnered to a project where these funds are in the mix.
Was Barry Lonick at the meeting as well?
He was not. I notified him of it, but he didn't attend.
Well, that's exciting news.
But he's aware of it, that's for sure. He's
Great.
definitely aware. So I just wanted to update you on that.
Are there any other updates? It's not, a staff update, it's not on the agenda, but do you have anything else that you want to update us on?
Just that, I think I sent this via email, but the Kemp family did rescind, or withdraw their application from the program. So, that's one less, Huron River RCPP project that we have in the pipeline right now, which is unfortunate, but, and other than that, no.
Remind me again, please, when is the intern going to start?
May 10th. Thank you.
Thank you.
May 10th, yeah. That was the anticipated start date, and I believe she'll be working with us for at least 2.5 months, 10 weeks.
Great.
And I have a whole list of projects that I've been developing for her to help with, not just what we talked about prior, which was helping with data visualizations around our scoring process, but a lot more to do with our slow creep toward an updated strategic plan.
Is there anything we as a commission can do to help you out? Or why don't you think?
I will be in touch,
Okay, good.
undoubtedly. Yeah, that's all coming. as I mentioned, we're looking for funds to have a strategic plan that is professionally facilitated. So there's a grant request out there to help in that effort. If we receive it, certainly there's going to be focus groups, and GAC is going to be first and foremost in that process. So there will be a lot that will be asked of you during that process. And the scoring committee as well.
Great. Any more questions for Remy? All right, moving on to next agenda items. So has anybody thought about next agenda items? No. Okay. We're going to, yes.
Can we meet our intern at the next meeting?
Oh, good idea.
Yes. Good suggestion, Councilperson Grand. All right. And the next item is closed session to discuss land acquisition. So if we could have a roll call vote to go into closed session.
Commissioner Butchery,
Yes.
Chairperson White,
Yes.
Commissioner Ransford,
Yes.
Commissioner Cares,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grand,
Yes.
Commissioner Stopper,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuler.
Yes.
from closed session. All right, were there any motions does someone want to make a motion from the closed session?
I'd like to make a
Jean.
motion to recommend city participation with Washtenaw County Parks and Recreation Commission in the acquisition of a conservation easement on the property identified in application ID 2018-17, and approval of the contribution of funds not to exceed $228,500 from the Open Space and Parkland Preservation Millage.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is public commentary, and there's still no members of the public. Moving on to communications. Communications Committee, do you have an update for us?
We do not.
Okay. Moving on, we have report from commission committees, executive committee report. Does John or Stephanie want to talk about what happened at the executive committee meeting that I was unable to attend?
We talked about the current projects, about grants, and scoring committee, strategic planning, and Remy mentioned that he was about to become certified in drone flying. Pilot license, and
Wow.
they might explore down the line, not to get our hopes up, the idea of maybe filming some of these properties for the public and city council. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's all I have.
Great. Thanks, John. And Stephanie. Is there an update from the scoring committee? I don't think so.
Remy and I are meeting tomorrow, and I think we will then go from there in terms of involving Lee, the intern, and next steps.
Okay, great. All right, next item on the agenda is adjournment. Does someone want to make a motion?
So moved.
Support?
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.